It takes a lot more than just an idea to start a business. It's not just about products and services, but also about an entrepreneur's dreams and life story.
It's about taking a chance and growing to rise to new challenges.
It can be a way of representing who you are and where you come from.
And along the way, you might just make a difference.
Hello and welcome to episode 3 of our third season of Founders Drive. I am Arjun Banerjee,
And I'm Megan Foster.
and we'll be your hosts for today's episode that features two women entrepreneurs from India, each with her own story and reason for coming to Canada and starting a business here. Megan, as we interviewed our guests, we learned so much about who they are and what matters to them.
Absolutely. I think when we were talking with these entrepreneurs, we all noticed some common themes. Things like seeking legitimacy and working hard to preserve your own unique identity in your business.
This is hard for everyone, and even more so for newcomers who are women, because men are 3 times more likely to become entrepreneurs according to the Business Development Bank of Canada or BDC.
To me, that makes it even more inspirational to hear from these newcomer women doing amazing work in entrepreneurship.
I spoke to Varsha Vohra, the founder of a vegan cosmetics brand, Tvara Naturals. Her brand has been featured in Durham is More, a campaign by the region to spotlight immigrant entrepreneurs.
I have a son and a daughter. So when they got their masters and when they decided to migrate, so being a mother, full-time housewife, when they moved here, it was a sudden blank in my life. That time I used for learning these products and learning more and more about what new is going on in the world, and I saw each and every episode of Shark Tanks. I am more interested in seeing one minute reels on YouTube where you get to know about politics, you get to know about business, and then Instagram you get so many people, their startups and their ventures, and within 2-3 years it goes well. So if it is innovative and you have some reason to say, then you can get success. So I said, now let me utilize my time for myself. I am very fortunate that my family has been very supportive in each aspect.
I think it's pretty cool that she started this business because it was something she always wanted to do for herself.
That's amazing. I love that you managed to turn a personal passion into a business. I feel like that's something we all talk about, but it takes a lot of courage and dedication to see it through.
Yeah, exactly. And who did you speak to, Megan?
I spoke to Nida Ateeq, a marketing professional who runs her own full-stack marketing agency in Toronto.
I'm Nida Ateeq. I'm a marketer. My business is a full stack marketing agency in Toronto, and we basically target SMBs, small medium businesses, and mostly help out even immigrant founders.
If there's one thing I've learned from Nida about entrepreneurship, it's that you need to be adaptable and willing to learn.
Exactly. That was true of Varsha as well. She had to adapt by attending workshops at the Community Development Council Durham, or CDCD, to learn the ropes of being a newcomer entrepreneur. She initially wanted to start a clothing business, but expected too much competition. So she turned back to something she was doing in India, that is, making vegan cosmetics.
I wasn't that confident about business, but my office colleagues and my friends and people started admiring this new thing. But being costly, it was hard to say. But for my vegan lipsticks, I got good support. But I have not made a company there because I wanted to, and then pandemic occurred. So then I couldn't do it. But I wanted to keep myself occupied. So then I said, I went to the center to learn about women entrepreneurship program, what they're offering for newcomers. And there I did my course for 6 weeks. Then I was certified for that. And then again my training started every week, one webinar, and then it started like this. And then we decided to go for this natural product business more than other businesses. And my journey started like that.
And here's something interesting. The name is kind of a play on words. Here's how Varsha explains it.
Sanskrit is the base of all languages, they say. So in Sanskrit it means instant. and I wanted to rhyme it in with my name. My name is 2.5 letter word, so I wanted to rhyme with it. And also I'm using Tvara as a nickname for my poems and my stories and everything. So I use this name as Tvara. And I joined Naturals because all my products are naturals. So the name of the company became Tvara Naturals.
A really interesting part to me is that the products are vegan. How did that come about?
This is one of those instances where her culture really informed her business. As a Hindu and Gujarati, she is strictly vegetarian because her culture places a lot of emphasis on that. So it's interesting that she managed to bring this aspect of her values into her work.
I know there's also a lot of controversy within the beauty industry for using animal products, and there aren't a lot of vegan options out there. So it's kind of cool that her culture led to filling a niche in the market.
Me being vegetarian, I was not able to use lipsticks as I had the information that it does contain some animal fats, and there is one chemical which in very slow and small conditions it sticks into your intestine, but it can be very dangerous after a few years of the constant use of it. So I never could use this. And about cosmetics, my skin being allergic, I was not able to use the makeups also.
How does she even make these products vegan?
That was a learning journey for her as well.
So that was fixed in my mind that anything I would be making, I would not be using any chemicals. And let's see if there is any alternate product available for the same. And while going through all researches, I came to know about vegan alternatives and plant-based ingredients. And then somebody suggested me to take the workshop.
Okay.
And when I first started with vegan lipsticks, that was the best part for me because I am a vegetarian, and then there are no chemicals, again animal components. And then I started learning about the plant-based handcrafted organic soaps, and I saw that years and years we have been using the same type of soaps, maybe just color change or shade. Here you are creating designs. You are able to put your choice of fragrances, essential oils, and then there are varieties like for winter, for summer, for mixed seasons and all. So I found it so interesting that I said, let me do this.
Starting this process, especially in a new country, must have been daunting. I can't imagine how difficult it must have been.
Yes, and when you do something like that, you can expect a few setbacks. Varsha told me about a previous time that she was sent away from a training center meant to incubate women entrepreneurs.
I went to one center. I had to make my resume, and she was talking to me, and then I inquired about this course of new women entrepreneurship program, and she bluntly said, "You are not fit for it." So that time I was taken aback. I said, she said that I have migrated 3 months before. So how much knowledge do you have to judge a person? When I was told I'm not fit for it, I was very disappointed. Then something in you is there sometimes. Why not? That why not kept bugging me. And then again I asked in another center. So one should be, not lose confidence in her or himself. You should try one time at least. That is what I feel.
What's more, her entrepreneurship is only one part of who she is. She is also an author.
That's super cool. What kind of books does she write?
She mostly writes poetry and fiction in Gujarati, her native language.
It's very appealing and proud journey because I just made a small book before 2 years in India, and again I am going to publish one more book in this my India visit, upcoming visit.
Okay.
And that has been journey since 2001. We had gone for a tour for 3 days, and that time there were no mobiles. So my father, whom I am attached a lot, couldn't talk to me. So when we came back, he asked about the experience and the place where we had gone, and I was describing him everything on phone, and he said, why don't you put these words on the paper? So I think he gave me the blessing to be a writer. And it did not happen then and then, it happened after 10 years.
I've always loved writing fiction ever since I was a kid. I even hope to publish a book one day. That's another way talking to these entrepreneurs has impacted me, because now I can imagine possibilities I never thought were doable before.
Yeah, it's really inspiring to see all the different paths that you can take. Megan, you spoke to Nida Ateeq. What's her story?
Nida already had experience in the marketing field before she moved to Canada, so her journey was a bit different. She already had all the skills, and she knew what she needed to do to get her business moving.
I literally hired a company to get stuff done myself. I paid them. It wasn't a lot, and they kind of helped me establish that whole thing. From registering, what kind of registration I have to do, whether it's incorporator, solopreneurship, etc. They explained it to me.
Well, it seems like she was really able to hit the ground running.
Yep, exactly.
What inspired the move for her?
It's actually one of our core themes for this season, legitimacy. She was having trouble getting recognized in India.
We all were working from home. I was working for the North American market. I was trying to look for a job within the Indian market consumer base. And I remember applying for an e-commerce company, and they were like, oh, they didn't tell me that, oh, you don't have enough e-commerce experience, but I did have an e-commerce experience doing like internship sort of a role previously. So I did have that, but they were like, you don't have enough experience in the Indian consumer market, which was surprising for me because I was from India, and I was working for just the North American market, and so that was like a wake up call. And during the pandemic, it became highly difficult for me to find a job in, say, a Indian consumer based space, etc. And so that was kind of like a wake up call for me, and I decided that it would be better if I move someplace here.
That was really surprising to me. I'm from the Caribbean, and I know a lot of people who immigrated here and had trouble getting their qualifications recognized. But I've never heard of it happening the other way around.
It's great that she's now in a place that aligns with her skills and goals.
It's interesting that you say that, because she actually had to learn a lot of new skills while she was running her business.
I think when you're starting your own business, you have to learn not just what you're good at, but you have to learn the other areas as well. So there's other areas that which I didn't like doing because I was in sales before. And so I didn't like doing sales, but you have to kind of do that because it's your own business. You have to get into operations, you have to get into people management, etc. And so I think it kind of teaches you each department. Like, I don't like finance at all, but I have to learn to do it. Even though you have like a CA, someone's bookkeeping for you, you have to be like totally in it and understanding what's going on. And I think it forces you to learn different skill sets as well, and which can be practically important if you see from an overall perspective.
As a marketing professional, she probably had a lot of good advice about how that plays into running a business.
Yeah, she had some really great points about what to prioritize.
Some of the challenges people face, especially when they start their own business, is they put marketing in the back seat and focus on other things. And so they forget that it is very important that this is also an engine which helps your business a lot, and you need to focus on it and you need to be consistent.
She definitely knows her field. I can imagine she probably helps many clients.
For sure. She's also committed to continuing her growth. From talking to her, I really got the sense that she's always seeking improvement and trying to keep on top of current market needs.
I feel that marketing is one of the first things we touch on in entrepreneurship, but for a lot of the founders we spoke to, it can be overlooked.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things that seems straightforward, but when you get down to it, you realize there's a lot more to it.
Her services are definitely much needed, especially for a lot of newcomer entrepreneurs.
Yep, and marketing is all about people and connections. One thing she highly recommends is getting a mentor.
Would be find a good mentor. That's helped me a lot in this space. Find a really good mentor who can walk you through different things, right? Sometimes you're not aware of how to do a certain thing and you're stuck, it's always, even if they don't help, they might point you in the right direction. Even if they don't have an immediate solution, it's always nice to have someone you can run your ideas off to and bounce it off and get some things moving, right? Maybe you're not sure. So it's especially for people who don't have co-founders and they're doing it like alone. I think that's a good thing to do.
That's something we can personally vouch for. Having a mentor and a strong community makes everything a lot easier. She also had some other advice, like researching your market, having a good financial plan, and forming genuine connections instead of just selling your personal brand.
Like this, always ask your immediate network for feedback and say, hey, this is what I'm planning to do. This is, how I would like to do it. What do you suggest?
Nida really models adaptability and initiative. This takes me back to when Varsha asked, why not? My takeaway was that resilience is everything. Just start something and keep going.
I would like to tell them, make a start. Then it is coming on the way only. You just need to start.
One of the biggest things I took away from this is that it's never too late to start. I think I saw how it can really pay off when you hold on to your dreams. As an international student who's also from India, I think I can take a leaf out of Varsha's book when it comes to staying positive.
Ha, a leaf out of her book? Did you do that on purpose because she's an author?
Yep.
Very punny. I agree. I think these founders really show how you can make your dreams work. It just takes a little bit of belief and some focused effort.
And a strong community helps too.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Founders Drive.
Next episode will be our last of the season. Our co-host Emmanuel Echoga will be talking about Africa Comicade with its founder, Oscar Michael.
See you next time.